I found some more concept art for Warcraft 2. So I just kind of wanted to go through them with you and just kind of just bask at how awesome these are. I'm not really trying to make a point or anything here. It's just more of like I really found this stuff to be pretty cool. So I just wanted to share it with everybody else, of all three of you. So first off, here we have an elf and a troll duking it out. You see the troll with the double axes, and I always kind of hated that in Warcraft 3 the trolls went to using spears instead of axes. I know it's like a small thing, but still, I think they were a lot cooler when they were troll axe throwers. And then over here we have Cho'Gall, I believe. He's an ogre mage. You've probably seen him in World of Warcraft, and yeah, I really think these are pretty cool. Next I have Death Knights. So right here we have just a standard, Death Knight with his magical staff and his undead horse. Then over here we have the Death Knight like pulling some guy into the ground. The Death Knight's raising the dead. I mean, it just looks so cool. These are the original Death Knights, by the way. This is before Arthas. This is the product of Gul'dan himself. So yeah, I really wish we could actually get these Death Knights back into WoW somehow. These were I would like to see a war between the New Age Death Knights versus the Old Age Death Knights, because I really think the old ones would win. They could summon Twisters, and they used Death and Decay as well. They raised the dead. They had Death Coil. They had it all. So I think it would be really cool to have these guys come back into the game. Here, I'm not sure exactly who we're looking at here, but I want to say that this is probably Ner'zhul, just based on the face paint or the helmet that he's wearing there. And I'm pretty certain this is Cho'Gall. Or not, Jesus Christ, not Cho'Gall. Doomhammer. I'm pretty sure this is Doomhammer. And he's making, I think this is Gul'dan down here. So, just really cool imagery here. We have, him sitting on a pile of skulls. He has swords and axes and spears sticking out from his throne, and some kind of I don't know, it looks like scrolls of maybe some kind of ritual. That's why I'm thinking it's probably Ner'zhul. Over here we have what I believe to be Doomhammer basically making Gul'dan submit before him, and you can see that this was done by Metzen, Chris Metzen. So yeah, really cool stuff here. Next up, I couldn't tell you who this guy is, but look at the elf's head, just blood dripping down. This orc down here is drinking the blood from the neck and it's landing on his tongue. This guy looks like he's some kind of warlock, I want to say. I don't know if that's like Gul'dan or something. Probably not because of the hair. I don't know. Maybe there's just generic orcs or some sort, but over here, I'm pretty confident this is Doomhammer as well, just because, obviously it has the hammer. Actually, the one in the previous, didn't he have? Yeah, he had the hammer too, just looks a lot smaller. But it's the same hammer on both of these, and I'm pretty sure that's Blackhand. I think that's when he overthrew Blackhand, and he's holding his, again, dripping blood from the neck. So this is a fresh cut, dripping from the top of the Doomhammer. Now that I think about it, I don't know, I don't believe Doomhammer nowadays has that blade on the top. Maybe it does. I haven't looked at it in quite some time. Maybe it does. But it does look a lot smaller than what we see in World of Warcraft, though. Next, here's an early Hellscream. This is from '96, but yeah, it says down here this is Hellscream. And yeah, dude, look how badass he looks. And then over here, I'm not sure who this guy is. It's probably a generic orc, but look at the brutality from this. You'll never see this in a World of Warcraft instruction manual, concept art, or anything like that. Blizzard has really steered far away from what they were. And I know it's so they can attract a broader audience, because the people who like this stuff, like myself, are probably sick in the head. We're into dark fantasy. We want to see bloodshed. We want to hear dark stories. However, there's a whole rest of the world out there that can't handle this kind of stuff. So I understand why they did it from a business perspective, but I think it destroyed the integrity of what Warcraft originated as. Here's an original demon. This is back in the game though. They called them. It was pronounced demon, but it was spelled Daemon rather than just Demon. I don't know if that's really significant, but it's something I did want to point out. The thing about the demons now, or back then, is they looked more human. You know, they almost look like orcs, but there's definitely human-like traits to them, like the chin, the facial expressions, all these things they have, you know, the muscles, all of that, but they look more humanoid-ish than like your Doomguard that you would see in World of Warcraft. The Doomguard almost kind of looks like a Tauren with wings. You know, it doesn't quite hit the same way as this does. This seems more personal. You know, this is a really... I'm more intimidated by this than I am of a Voidwalker. I'll just put that. The other is a mage here that's chasing away some goblins, and in the Warcraft 2 they were goblin sappers. They would blow themselves up, just kind of like they were also in Warcraft 3 as well as a neutral hireling. But this is what an original mage looked like, you know, and they look pretty badass. Of course, I'm more steered toward the Horde, so I kind of like the Horde pictures more. But over here we have, I believe this guy is maybe Lothar. Saving a Child is done by Sam Didier or Samwise. And then here's another undead, likely summoned from a Death Knight. But this art just looks so cool. You know, you don't see this anymore. But yeah, look at it. Like, I believe, if I'm right about it being Lothar, he's, you know, it looks like he's carrying some children through the snow. This little girl's a teddy bear trying to block the snow from going in her face. When I was little, I used to think that she was laughing. But now that I look at it now, it looks more like she's trying to keep the snow from hitting her in the face. And I like the shadows of other people that are walking with them. You know, it's like you don't really see a whole lot of features, but you can tell that through the snow you can see silhouettes of these two other individuals walking with them. Really, really cool stuff. And then here's a paladin. This is what original paladin looked like. And then over here, this is a young Uther. This is what Uther looked like back in the day, before he took Arthas under his wing many years later. So, you know, this is what Warcraft 2 was really... what stood out with Warcraft 2 was just how... it doesn't look all cutesy or anything. And then, you know, and now this is what we are ending up with. So we went from this and this to this. You could ride a rocket in the Aurora Borealis or wherever the hell they are now. And then there's a flying pig with golden wings. How adorable. We can ride a giant chicken. And we have a Zeppelin that has the little BlizzCon logo on the back. And you can fit 2 people on there. And then you have the gunship for 1. Really? So, again, I'm going to go back real quick. We went from this and this, all of that, to this. Thanks, chicks. Although, I shouldn't really complain because I lost my virginity to a chick by playing World of Warcraft. So, thank you, Vivid Corpse.